Yeah, so they settle.
So they're like, oh, well, if he
That's
has a
real
good job,
talk.
then because he talks to me crazy, that's okay.
And people act like being single is some sort of disease.
No. And it's
It's
so
not.
funny when you say that people I don't, you just said how, you go off of relationships based off of what you've seen. And so you've seen people that have kind of stayed in it, knowing that you can see that it was unhealthy, but they
Absolutely.
stayed in it. And so then you feel like if you don't stay in it, then you fail.
Can I do have a question, and this was, I guess, something that was said earlier, just kind of out of curiosity. I hear a lot of times when women are saying that they're okay with being single. I think many times men or others perceive that to be like, oh, they just can't, find anybody, so they're saying they okay with being single, right? Um, or they're saying that they're choosing to be single. I think is a little mixed in terms of it is true, like if I can't find what I'm looking for, then I'd rather be single. Is still in it of itself is a choice, right? So that is a choice. But I guess what I'm asking is that I guess I don't understand I know the easy answer that everybody says, but I just kind of want some understanding behind it is when men are single, do anybody, like if they say, no, I'm good being single, do anybody question the fact that they say that they're okay with being single and accept the fact that they're good with being single? Or do or is it also questioned as if they can't get by, there's no possibility that they can be happy in life without having a partner? And I ask that because it just baffles me, because I have on both sides, I have seen women who are single and having conversation are truly happy in that season of their life because they have been in former relationships that were not good relationships, and now they're happy being single out of that relationship. And I've seen single men who were unhappy being single and were looking for a relationship. So I'm just kind of curious as to why we question women so hard and question their mindset of being single and being okay being single. But when men are single, we don't question that they're really wanting to be in relationship.
When
I
I,
think
I
women
would I,
do.
would-
I'm sorry.
I would say that men do question it. Whenever if I know a man that's been single for a long period of time, for me that tells me two things. One, either they're a fuck up or they're just out man whoring. That's typically
There's one
the two.
more. There's one more, Viz. Go ahead and say it.
What's the other one?
He don't like women.
Or he don't like women. I mean, and there, uh,
Well, Viz, I think also we also got to look at the parallel, right? When there is a mildly attractive, successful man, they're always trying to pair this man up with a woman, right? They don't want that man who is a prime example of a good man or a successful man to not go hinge with someone. They're always trying to hitch them off, right? We don't question that. The man who does not produce, who is not an added value, nobody really cares what that man does. But the woman or any woman who is single, right, even if she's in a season of singleness and she's happy, etc., society does not want to see that woman single. They want to see her paired off. Because the reality is, if we look at things from hindsight, 2020, like our society is not built on 50 and 60-year-old bachelors and bachelorettes. It's just not. Like, this is the only time in history ever where we see so many people single and not married or not in a relationship at the rate as it is. This has never really been a thing. So this is more of a new phenomenon than anything else, because there isn't a precedent example that we could really juxtapose it to.
The
I
reason
might be breaking cis code, but
is that everybody will not be married, right? Everybody will not find a partner. That's just facts. Just numerically, that's impossible, right? At some point. So I do agree. If you are seeking relationship, and this is for men or women, you are going to have to do the individual work that you're going to need to be like the best version of yourself, and even what you think is the best version of yourself. If you're the only one judging that, there's still more work to do, right? Because when you're in relationship with someone, there are going to be adjustments that are going to need to be made even within that. So if like we said, numerically it's impossible that everybody's going to end up with their one, or everybody's going to end up in a relationship, then in those conversations, those people who are going to be single, I think there is something to be said about being happy. Like I think singleness is a position, but doesn't have to be a state of mind. And those are two different things. If you are in a single state of mind, that is kind of like what everyone was talking about where you're only looking out for self, only looking to make yourself happy. But when you are not in a single state of mind, but you're in a single position, you're still serving others. That is, you're spending time with your family, you're serving family, you're building relationships with your friends, hanging out with them, doing things like that. Having other relationships outside of just being with your mate is very important as well. So that's what I'm saying. There are multiple types of relationships that you should be building when you are single, whether you're in a relationship or not, because those relationships are equally important. That's all I'm saying.
Let me just
Yeah,
run
but
it.
I don't believe nobody sit there and said that, talk about I'm good or comfortable, happy being single. I choose to be single. No, you don't choose to be single. You ain't got no choice but to be single. It wasn't because of your choice. Nobody chose your stanky ass. So please believe you ask that same question. Well, when somebody come up, then all of a sudden, well, if the right person come along, I thought you choose to be single though. Even if the right person come on, why would you get them? If you choose to be single, you happy and all of this good stuff there and there, you enjoying the single life? No, because you really don't want to be single. But reality puts you ain't got no choice. You got to face reality and live with the consequences of whatever decisions you made throughout your life.